Welcome to The Explainer. We're moving way past those casual AI chats today. We're stepping right into the nitty-gritty of advanced prompt engineering. It is officially time to upgrade your AI tool belt with some really specific, incredibly powerful techniques that are going to give you total 100% control over your outputs. Let's get right into it. Okay, to kick things off, I want you to think about a super frustrating experience you've almost certainly had. Why is it that your AI chatbots sometimes just deliver completely fabricated, totally nonsensical information, and here's the kicker, they do it with absolute, unwavering confidence? Like you ask a really specific question, and it gives you this wonderfully articulate answer that turns out to be entirely false. It's maddening, right? Well, these wild errors generally fall into a major category we call hallucinations. This is basically when the AI generates plausible sounding but completely false or misleading information, and it just presents it to you as strict fact. And what's really fascinating here is why this actually happens. You see, large language models are essentially just making highly educated guesses based on a massive but totally static pile of training data. They aren't actually actively retrieving verified facts in real time. And honestly, that brings us to the fundamental limitation of standard prompting. It really only works with what the model already knows. Think about it for a second. It's kind of like taking a test with no open book. It forgets recent events, it hallucinates to fill in its blind spots, and crucially, it literally cannot reliably access your private documents or any specialized internal data that you haven't explicitly handed over to it. So, here's our roadmap for today's explainer to upgrade that prompt tool belt. First, fixing facts with RAG. Second, organizing chaos with XML tags. And third, speeding up your workflow with slash commands. Section 1. Fixing facts with RAG. To really wrap our heads around this game-changing technique, just look at the contrast here. Standard prompting? That's basically just you asking a question and crossing your fingers, hoping the AI's existing training data has the right answer. RAG changes that dynamic entirely. With RAG, you're explicitly feeding the AI a document, a passage, or even a database right at the exact moment of your prompt. You're commanding it to answer only from that provided material. There's this great quote from the material. Imagine asking someone a question, but before they answer, they get to flip through a relevant textbook. I absolutely love this analogy because it really creates that instant aha moment, you know? RAG is basically the act of handing the AI the exact right pages of that textbook. Your prompt engineering is the instruction you give them on how to read those pages to form their answer. It firmly grounds the AI's responses in actual reality rather than a guess. Now, at an enterprise level, RAG is this massively complex software architecture. But guess what? You can do a sort of manual RAG right now just by attaching documents in your everyday chatbot. To do it right, though, you've got to follow these steps. Step 1, define the source. You literally tell the AI use only the attached document. Step 2, exclude outside knowledge. Tell it straight up not to use its prior knowledge. And step 3, build in an honest failure mode. And let me tell you, that third step, the honest failure mode, is absolutely crucial. It's your ultimate safety net. By explicitly telling the AI, hey, if the answer is not in the passage, just say not found, you're essentially training it to be a strict, faithful interpreter instead of a creative novelist. It completely kills those hallucinations because you are giving the AI explicit permission to just admit when it doesn't actually know the answer. Section 2. Organizing chaos with XML tags. So, as you start using RAG more, your prompts are naturally going to get pretty massive. And without structure, a huge block of text completely confuses the AI. Your instructions, your background info, the raw data, it all just blurs together into one giant mess. Think of an untagged prompt like handing someone a giant wall of text and expecting them to figure it out. XML tags turn all that chaos into a really cleanly labeled form. The information is exactly the same, but the labeled form tells the AI instantly and exactly where to look. And the best part? There is zero coding required here. It's literally just simple, plain text. You use angle brackets to create an opening label. Kind of think of it like a folder tab. You put your content inside, and then you close it with the exact same label, just adding a little / before the word. That's the whole shebang. You've instantly created a clean, dedicated container that the language model can parse perfectly. Because the AI reads English naturally, your tags should really just be simple descriptive words. So use a role tag for who the AI should act as, a task tag for your core instruction, and a context tag for the background info. You can wrap your rules in constraints and use an output format tag to define exactly how you want that final answer to look, like a generated table or, a strict bulleted list. Now here's the ultimate payoff for doing this. Let's say you paste a student essay into a prompt and ask the AI to grade it. Without tags, the AI might accidentally start following instructions that were actually written inside the student's essay. It happens all the time. But if you wrap the essay in document tags and your grading directions in task tags, you completely eliminate that confusion. The tags keep your data safely separated from your instructions. Section 3, speeding up with slash commands. Okay, so you've injected the facts and you've structured the chaos. The AI just gave you a pretty great response, but maybe the tone is slightly off, or it's just a bit too long. Instead of rewriting your entire giant XML prompt, enter slash commands. A slash command is essentially a short instruction, completely borrowed from coding terminals, that acts as a special lightning-fast directive for the AI. A lot of popular AI platforms actually have these built in natively right now. So instead of typing out a whole paragraph asking for a rewrite, you can just type slash shorten. Needed as a list? Type slash format bullet points. Needed to sound less academic? Just type slash tone friendly. You get to refine the output instantly without ever touching your master prompt, which, let's be real, saves you an immense amount of time. But honestly, here is a truly advanced trick. You absolutely do not have to rely only on the built-in commands. You can invent your own custom ones. Right at the very start of a chat, you just tell the AI, hey, for this conversation, whenever I type slash Eli5, I want you to explain it like I'm 5 using simple analogies. You are literally building a customized shorthand vocabulary with the AI. It's a total game changer for speeding up your workflow down the line. The Advanced Prompt Tool Belt. By bringing these 3 techniques together, RAG for reliable facts, XML tags for perfect structure, and slash commands for incredible speed, we've really assembled a truly powerful arsenal here. But before you go off and build your next masterpiece, make sure to avoid a few of these rookie mistakes. Don't forget the / in your closing XML tags. Make sure you keep your tag names consistent across your entire prompt. Remember to actually define your custom slash commands before you try using them. Keep your tags cleanly grouped together. Don't just scatter them everywhere. And finally, don't over-engineer things. Save this heavy machinery for the complex prompts that actually need it. So, equipped with this new tool belt, your relationship with AI is fundamentally changing. You are no longer just crossing your fingers and hoping it guesses correctly. You're the director of the context now. So what do you say? Are you ready to stop passively chatting and start truly engineering? Grab your tools and go build something amazing. Thanks for joining me on this explainer.